Oh yeah. So this is a 3D print I printed of Stonehenge in the United Kingdom, on the Wiltshire Plain, I think. So I'm finally painting the base of my Stonehenge print. The stone's done already. Just want to fix the base so it doesn't look like a desert in this tan wood effect. So I printed this model on my Creality Ender V3 using two different PLAs. So you can see we've got the wood effect on the base and grey PLA for the stones. So I just want to add some details, so simple grass to make it look a bit more natural. So I'm not going for museum accuracy, just something to just to make it a bit more like the real thing. So I'm going to use like muted greens, browns, showing through some, so with the base of this brown, I'm hoping that where the paint might be a bit thinner or whatever, it'll just show through. So what it would really be like, so more of a windswept field than a bright green tabletop grass. So I'm just going to use basic acrylic paints, range brushes, you'll see as I do it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've got my little crocodile clip things just to hold it in place. So I'm just going to start with just some basic green acrylic from I think I got these from B&M. So yeah, just going to go ahead and start. There is, like, as you can see on the base, there is like texture, so I'm going to use that as a bit of a guide. I don't know whether this brush will be a bit too big, but oh well. So that's like the sort of the base little bit done. So I have painted all of the base like that lighter green. I mean, that is supposed to be a green colour on the base there, but on the video and in real life it looks more yellow. But so it's just like sort of sandy, dusty, muddy, dry sort of thing around the rocks, and then just put the green there in the middle. And now what I want to do is add a darker green, but I'm struggling to find one that's giving me the effect that I want. So what's this one? Bright aqua green. So bright aqua green. Pop some of that in. I've put the camera right over my thing. I just want to use this to just give it, let's see if I can pop some more details on there. So I'm just going to use this swan here, and then just dot 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 dot. In heavy use for hundreds of years, you think that's incredible. Imagine if us today, I suppose we do, but it's just before the written word and before mass communication, and people still were able to come together and do this thing, before real sort of how, you know, civilizations even existed, you know. But who's to say that, you know, what civilization is? You know, it was obviously that there was some sort of organisation, at least on a very, you know, very local level. You know, these stones were brought from Wales, and to those that don't live in the UK, I think, you know, look on the map. Obviously, the UK is such a tiny little place, but where these stones were from, you know, was a significant distance from where they were. It crossed, you know, a major river as well. You know, you've got the River Severn going, you know, in between the two. And it could have been that, you know, maybe they did actually use the Severn to float the stones, you know, up the river. So there would have been people having to row, I would imagine, or just, you know, just cross the river at one point and bring the stones over. But yeah, the stones are from Wales. You know, it's mad. You know, nowadays we just put this on a boat or a big truck, and you know we can move that many stones probably in a few days. You know, whereas this must have taken, you know, so long. And what is left of Stonehenge today that we see was like the inner sanctum. The rest of it was made. A lot of the actual complex itself was just made of wood, so it, you know, wood rots away. And I think, you know, this is all just off sort of, you know, off the top of my head, but I'm sure that because I know that the story of basically what it was, some woman had sent her husband to go and pick up some curtains, I think, as random as that is, and he was either going to buy them from the auction house or he popped into the auction house for the curtains. I'm not 100% on that, but anyway, he ended up, there was like this pile of, you know, stones with sale. And I think that when he actually got them, you know, he did think, oh, you know, that shouldn't be like sold, and I think he did buy it to preserve it, you know, but I don't think that it was quite in the condition that it is now. I think they had to, you know, put it back together a little bit. Right, so we're going to move on to Poscar. You know, some of my favourite pens these are brilliant for, like, you know, just doing the little details. I mean, look at art. I much prefer working with acrylic pens than paintbrushes, 100%. So now all I'm going to do is just go around the outsides of the greeny grey bit. Just put some right, and then like around the rocks, you know, you'd have like little tufts of grass and things coming out around there where they're not getting walked on. So first of all, I'll just go around and I'll just mark the green, you know, in places where it definitely there would be, you know, some different in the foliage. And then once I've done that, then I'll start embellishing little bits here and there. Things you want to always keep it, you don't want to focus too hard in one area. So always find sometimes what I'll do is I'll go to one and I'll put loads of like detail or whatever, and I'll think, oh, I've got to do that everywhere else, and it just never, I don't know, it just never looks as good. You're better to like do a little bit all over and then go back and add more if you want to, if it needs it. You know, you'll just see like where natural bits of the scenery have like almost like opened up. You just see like little patterns. I am talking absolute nonsense because my brain is primarily focusing on painting, but trying to like talk as well, which is probably not a great thing. And I think what I might start doing as well is sticking these down a little bit. I do have these crocodile clip things to like hold stuff, but yeah, sometimes it's easier just to, so just pop, this is actually 3D printing glue, but it will do. That rhymes. Right, I think I'm going to leave it there. So there you go. That's my model painted of Stonehenge. We'll just let that paint dry a little bit, and then I'll spray some varnish on it, and yeah, it'll be done. And there we go. So I had to go outside to put the varnish on there. So that'll just seal the paint. It looks like it's been a rainy day on Stonehenge at the moment. So just wanted to demonstrate another little thing as well. I've got this torch, a torch that creates a pretty, it's like got like well, it's this torch here, so it's got like a little ball lens type thing in there, and I realised one day it's quite good at simulating sunlight. So even though obviously the sun only appears in the northern hemisphere anyway, in like the southern side of the sky, so this will be a bit inaccurate because it doesn't go 360 around the Stonehenge, but I'll switch off this light so it'll just dim down a little bit. There we go, so this camera's just in there. That's not the camera on the light I'm referring to, that's just a lamp, but yeah, that looks quite nice as well actually, except for the shadow of the camera is there on the left. So but yeah, this one, so we'll try and see, boom, see then how you get those like little streaks of light, that little streak of light there going across the stones in the middle, almost like a little marker. You'll see it every now and again. It'll see boom, 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 there. But yeah, you can really see like the I think you can really see like the clockwork of it, how all those like little lines are. But then you'll notice, so this is where the sun really passes. But then on the northern side, or the sort of northwestern side, not much goes on. And then when it goes around to the southern part, see you get all those like all those markers. Yeah, so just yeah, it's pretty interesting. And then if it was on the equator and the sun was more or less directly above it, it would be absolutely useless. Except for maybe, you know, maybe the dawn. So like the dawn would be like, I think. But yeah, you can see, so it's like no real sun in the real world. That's Stonehenge. So that is my little 3D print of Stonehenge. So yeah, what shall I print next? What's up?